Tony, it's the greatest start ever to SEC play. I know you don't really care about that right now, but do you think it is something that you'll look back on at some point and be really proud of?
Yeah, I mean, greatest is a big word. Statistically, I think better than some. I don't know how you can really measure different seasons. You just kind of look at our group as a whole and you appreciate what they do. You kind of look at things we get better at. Like even today, there were some things that could have been better. And then you march forward. I mean, if you don't like repetition, you're playing the wrong game. So fortunately for all Vol fans, but also our team, it's a gorgeous Sunday. Really good experience that the crowd helped make the game. Obviously good competition, and they should enjoy the win. But tomorrow's preparation day, and then we'll play again on Tuesday, see what we can do.
Tony, how do you and the rest of the coaching staff keep this team hungry and not kind of get them too relaxed after the long win streak?
There's probably more. I mean, I joked with the ESPN crew, there's more babysitting, so I would flip it on you and say, and I joke by saying babysitting, but some of these guys need to tame the fire down as it relates to either self-belief or believing they're the guy or wanting to go above and beyond what they can do. And, of course, they play with a lot of energy, which is good. You just got to direct it in the right area. So every now and then I think you got to corral this group more than you got to do that. But, again, we just talked about repetitions, and it's a challenge. So there's plenty of plays in this game where our guys did not look hungry that we could pick out, at least a handful. So never going to have this game completely figured out. So that's part of it. But, again, I think they're pretty good, and our job is kind of a little different, kind of calm them down.
Tony, can we move you a little this way? We've got
Sure.
a shirtless man behind you.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Oh, gosh.
So what did you learn about this team this weekend having to play in some tighter games?
I think it helps. I think learn some things from some different pitchers, and then maybe some moves that you'd maybe make different or make again for sure. But overall, I think as you move forward, you're gonna, hopefully win games and learn at the same time. If you lose, you got to learn from those experiences as well. So I think overall, just knowing in a tight game, our guys will stay consistent with their mentality, and they don't clam up or try and do things different than they would do in some of those other games that you've been able to see.
What did you learn about your bullpen this weekend? I mean, you maybe had some more situations with them, the long outings Friday, the tight game today. What did you learn about that?
They've kind of created the offensive problems that you guys have brought up when you got, some of the guys that we do on the bench that you would like to get at bats. Before it was, see if this guy can do this or that in certain situations. And I think a lot of those guys have proven they can handle a lot. So you get yourself to a seventh inning, if you're playing armchair quarterback or whatever, you could probably come up with about 6 different moves you could make, or you could send Beam back out there. And then same thing in order to kind of bridge the deal to Redmond.
Going into the season, I know you said before that you tried to stop yourself from thinking too far ahead, but what did you expect from Drew Beam this season, or in terms of what maybe the goals were with him?
Yeah, I think for him to meet Coach Anderson's expectations, because I've kind of joked, but in all sincerity, Coach A really likes him, and I don't see a difference in Coach A. He kind of treats everybody equally. He'll give everybody some crap, and he coaches everybody like they're our best pitcher, but he saw a lot in him, and I kind of trusted him, and he had to work with him more than anyone because Drew's kind of rebuilding up from some time off. So that would kind of be my answer, sitting in the office, is I hope this guy can do what Coach Anderson and Coach Jackson, who work with our pitchers, can do, and he's done that and more, but really good athlete, really good composure, and can mix it up on you, and he's done that. But again, he's kind of sprinkled in a little bit more there.
What makes Luke so good defensively?
Luke Lipsius?
Yeah.
I think time, because when we first got here, that wasn't the case, and no one on staff has played first base before. So while we've hit him a lot of fungos, and you make some suggestions, I think just over time he's taken a lot of pride in his defense, and talk about hitting and things like that, but both teams only scored combined 7 runs today. When we first got the job, talked about these are the types of games that you really got to win. I mean, if it's different where there's a big margin, it's exciting and everybody pats each other on the back, but these are really the difference makers, and it's pitching and defense. And, last night, those outfield catches we make, those are literally a series-changing, not just game-changing deal right there. And he's taken a lot of pride in it and really converted himself into a well-rounded player. So it's off easy. I don't know who all sees this, but it was really tough for me over the weekend to see the jersey they had hung over there. Brian DeLunas was their pitching coach, and I worked with Brian at Missouri, and you can't come up with a better name as far as who knows pitching inside and out. He actually made me feel, I never admitted it to anybody, but I was a little jealous how much more he knew than me in the pitching game, and he really helped some of our guys when we were there, and then made it to the big leagues and came back to coach at a place he loved and passed away recently. So those guys had that jersey up there, and it was difficult to see. I know they're playing for him during the series. I also know their itinerary. It's not easy travel. Commercial from Columbia to here, delayed. They played KU on Wednesday. That was good for us, what we got out of that group. I know they probably wanted to win a game here, but they pushed our pitchers probably about as good as anybody. Okay, thank you all.